Hello and welcome. This is Axis Pakistan. I'm Omer Farooq Khan. Let me start with a simple question, but a very basic one. What if the rules you thought govern the world no longer really apply? Over the past few days, we've seen things that until recently sounded unthinkable. The United States strikes Venezuela. Its president and his wife are captured and flown to New York to face trial. Donald Trump once again talks about Greenland not as a joke, but as a strategic asset. Europe reacts nervously. Iran is on edge as protests there turn deadly. Russia and China sit back and watch. So, so today, instead of reacting to headlines one by one, let's set back let's step back and ask what kind of world is taking place or taking shape, and what does it mean for Pakistan. uh, let's start with the Trump 2.0, his second term. Let's talk about what really changed. Donald Trump's first term unsettled the world, and this second term is doing something different. Back then, Trump was disruptive. Now he's decisive and coercive. Think about it. In his first term, sanctions were the weapons of choice. Institutions were mocked, but mostly left intact. Red lines were talked about, not crossed. Now we are seeing direct military action, legal action against foreign leaders, and very little patience for diplomacy. This is no longer about shock value. This is about control and compliance, and that shift should ring bells in Islamabad. Let's talk about Venezuela. Washington says this was a law enforcement action, drugs, crime, cartels. Okay, fine, but here's the uncomfortable part. A sitting president was removed by force and placed in a US courtroom. That crosses a psychological line, because if sovereignty can be overridden by accusation, then power, not law, becomes the final judge. Latin America is worried over what had happened at Venezuela and US action against Venezuela. Europe is uneasy. Russia and China are furious. At least, uh, mm, rhetorically. Now ask yourself, why should Pakistan care? Pakistan, because Pakistan has spent decades navigating terror allegations. If you remember, the charges against Pakistan of supporting uh, militant outfits or supporting militancy in Indian occupied Kashmir. So these were the allegations. Pakistan have faced such charges at international level. Sanctions regimes, FATF, IMF, and so many other things. International pressure campaigns. India was at the forefront in these campaigns against Pakistan. Mostly economic, mostly legal. Venezuela shows what happens when legal pressure acquires muscle. This is why countries like Pakistan obsess over deterrence, alliances, and balance. Not ambition, but survival. It's a question of survival. Uh, now let's talk about Greenland, because it's also on Trump's radar. At first glance, it sounds absurd, but strip away the noise and look at the logic. Greenland has rare earth minerals, access to Arctic shipping routes, strategic military positioning. This is not nostalgia for empire. This is preparation for next global economy. Europe's reaction tells you everything. This isn't about offending allies. It's about fear that alliances may no longer protect smaller states. And again, this hits close to home for Pakistan's geography is not accidental. Gwadar, CPAC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, uh, Indian Ocean access. Geography is leverage if you know how to use it. If you don't, someone else will use it. Uh, what's fascinating is how little Russia and China are doing publicly. They don't need to. Every unilateral move by Washington strengthens their argument. Russia says this is how great powers behave. China says rules are optional, power decides, and suddenly lectures about international law sound selective. For Pakistan, this creates both opportunity and risk. Our relationship with China gains weight, but it also attracts suspicion. This is not a binary choice, it's a balancing act. And balancing acts are exhausting. Now, Iran, protests are spreading in Iran. The economy is suffocating. The state is responding with force. The US issues warning. Israel issues threats. Iran talks about foreign conspiracies. This is a dangerous mix. History tells us that when internal unrest meets external pressure, things spiral fast. For Pakistan, Iran is not a distant headline. Instability there affects border security, energy prices, internal cohesion, and any escalation will ripple across the region. Another important aspect, if we are discussing Trump 2.0, his second term. So Afghanistan is a country which is always in the shadow. Afghanistan may not dominate headlines anymore, but don't be fooled. An unrecognized government with no economic cushion in a world that's losing patience is a risky equation. In the Trump 2.0 world, there's little tolerance for ambiguity, and whenever Afghanistan comes under pressure, Pakistan feels it first and hardest. Not first, but also very hard. Like instability in Afghanistan is directly linked to stability or instability in Pakistan. Just imagine instability in Afghanistan. What problems do Pakistan face? Refugees, security, blame game starts between the two countries. That pattern hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. So where does Pakistan stand? Here's the hard truth. Here is the hard truth, and Pakistan should move very carefully because neutrality is no longer safe. Uh, alignment is no longer free. Silence is no longer neutral. Pakistan needs strategic clarity, economic discipline, and narrative control. Because in the world of pressure politics, perception becomes reality. And we are entering a phase where power matters more than persuasion, and pressure replaces patience. For Pakistan, this is not a time for slogans. It's a time for strategy. This is Axis Pakistan. I'm Omer Farooq Khan. Thanks for listening. See you next time with a new episode.